This song about a train. Train run all the way from New Orleans, Memphis, St. Louis, Chicago, Illinois. You know, it's a special streamlined train. That means the train's so fast, hobos don't even mess with it. Stand on by with their head in their hand and watch it go by. I remember one day down the hill in Arkansas, sitting on a loading dock. I just got done doing a set for this festival. And who come by to visit but David Honeyboy Edwards? Well, we started talking, and soon enough our talks went to the trains that he and Robert Johnson and Big Joe Williams rode so many years before. So I asked him, I said, honey, I know you're a pretty fair hobo in your time. You ever ride that train? And his reply to me was a wink and that very sly smile he got. Later on, my travels took me down to a man that claimed to work on the sister train, a train they called the City of New Orleans. You know, they wrote a song about that train too. And what he told me was that both these trains was called the Chicken Bone Express, meaning that the poor people spend all their money to get a ticket to ride, so friends and relations come on by with a sack lunch, sack dinner, give them something to eat as they rode up north. Well, the name of this song, name of the train, one the same. I call this the New Panama Limited. I remember it was early one morning I woke up before my little girl. Sunlight coming through the window upon her face. I think about just how lovely she was. She reached over, grabbed my arm, and looked over towards her. That's when she said, "Well, Daddy, I sure don't want to go. Say, I said, come on, sugar, put your clothes on now. We don't want to be late for train time. Not today." Walking down to Union Depot sometimes in the early morning air, you know, you hear them trains out in the distance. We're walking along, heard a train sound like this. She said, "Dad, is that the Panama Limited?" I said, "Baby, I don't believe that is. That sounds like the 830 local to me. Limited, she blow more lonesome than that." You know, I've often wondered why a man can't say what he feels. I've often wondered the sense of that. I was thinking about telling her how much I loved her and how much I needed her. She reached over, grabbed my arm, and looked over towards her. That's when she said, "Well, Daddy, I sure do love you so. Say, just then we heard it. Panama Limited. Near as I could tell, she's 36, maybe 37 miles from Memphis. But she was coming. She coming. Like I told you, that Panama Limited special streamline train. People claim she get cold and water on the fly, and I don't know if that's true or not. But I do know she can split a rail, and she squall when she turns. When that big train starts splitting rails, she sounds like this. When she get to the turn, she gonna squall on turn. When that big train starts currentling and squalling, it sounds like this. station steps. She said, Daddy, you know about train time? I said, little guy, I don't know about no train time. I'm gonna play some guitar and try and make a few nickels a dime. You wanna know about train time, you got to find your train man. But you leave me alone now. I got some money to make. But I heard her feeling. She went to screaming and crying. She said, oh, Daddy, I don't like the way you put me down. Say, and with that she picked up her grip. She ran up the steps of the station. But I realized what I'd done wrong now. So I raised up my right hand. I called out her name and I begged for forgiveness. She heard me. She stopped at the very top of the steps, looked over her left shoulder. That's when she said, it's too late. It's too late. Mama gonna leave you now. Howling hey. The station, she found the train man. She said, Mr. Train Man, can you help me? He said, if I can, I'll be glad to help you. What do you need? She says, I gotta know about train time. He said, well, all you got to do is go over there by them rails, put your head by them and listen. And when you hear them rails humming, ringing and clacking, well then you know train time won't be long. She went over by the rails, she put her head by them, she listened. This is pretty much what she heard. To Memphis, Tennessee, they got to slow it down. They get to what they call a 4-mile curve. Before they get there, they got to use the air brakes to slow the big train down. Engineer found a spot, figured this the time to let them go. And when the air brakes go, they sound like this. Now that big train inside the tunnel, she'll start to slow. The engineer now he gonna ring on the bell, let the people know it's coming in. The big train rumbles in, the engineer ring on the bell. All those sounds come together. They sound like this. She got on that train, and now she's going everywhere but my home.